Okay, give me a second, folks. We're almost there. Almost ready. Okay. Apologize for the delay. It's going to be a short one today. I have to go and leave early this morning. Oopsie daisy. Hold on. Give me a second. I'm adjusting my camera. My camera. My camera. Makami Dogu. I don't know what that. No, that's not. That's not the same thing. Kami Dogu. That's some Mortal Kombat type stuff there. Can we not? Okay. All right. All right. All right. Where is my camera? It's in another window for some reason. Give me 1 second. Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness. Hold on. We're gonna fix it. We're gonna fix it. Cancel. Okay. Just change that and think. Okay, here we go. Morning, everyone. Hello, my name is Ace. I like drawing. We're learning 3D sculpting. Well, yeah, we're still learning. It's a very involved process, but I'm using 3D models to make references for a webcomic that I'm creating. The story is already written, and we're going to need about 6 models, so that way we can start doing pages. Okay, this is what I got so far. This is a soldier in the Vietnam War era. The story itself is not about Vietnam. It is it's about some college students that stumble across a secret government project, and they try to use it to save their terminally ill friend. There's a working title right now. So I haven't. Even if you've been watching any of these streams, you notice that I did not give the title to this. Um, I do have a title, but it I had to change it, and um, I'll wait until the comic is in a physical form before I give the title out. Okay, and I can secure the domain and all that stuff. But the story starts. The first scene starts in 1972. That is the reason for this. It does not stay in that era. There's some time jumps here and there, but this is the first scene by order of appearance. This is our third sculpt. I need 6 of them, so we're almost halfway there. Okay, very involved process, but I'm learning how to do clothes better. This is what I got so far. If you've seen my other sculpts, you'll note that they aren't as detailed in the clothing area. We're slowly improving our clothes. I'm very happy about that. So this is what I have so far, and we're going to be working on or continuing work on the LBE today. I didn't get a chance to finish that last week before we started doing game streams, and catching up with off stream was not possible. But hopefully this week we could start doing retopology for the clothing. I think I'm gonna start doing the clothing before we start all of the retopology. That way we can just do it all at once. The reason why I haven't is because I've been using Garment Tool to create some of these clothings here, so that they have better looking wrinkles. But I'm not afraid to do it manual. And next sculpt, we're going to try to do it manually and actually see once and for all which way is the preferred way. We're still working on our workflow. That's kind of like our side goal here is to solidify our workflow and commit it all to memory. Let's see. Now I am going to need some references here. Some reference. Give me a second. I we're a little ill prepared this morning. Had to use the bathroom. I didn't get it. Yeah, I just started the stream before I went, so didn't get to fully set up all the way. I hope you're having a great morning. I hope you had a great weekend as well. Or you see if you're a regular in this channel, you've seen any of these videos, you'll know that we played a little bit of Minecraft this weekend. Um, we didn't do a lot of building, but I did make some progress on that. Okay, one day we're gonna do a build focus stream. As soon as I get all the blocks together and can just do it seamlessly. I figured out years ago that I really don't like mining blocks for an entire stream. I've done that before. It gets very tedious because if you don't have something to bounce off of people, or I appreciate everyone who lurks and everything, but just talking about hitting blocks the entire time is a little it gets a little mind numbing. So I try to avoid doing that on stream. And we've restarted our franchise playthroughs. That's going to be on Fridays. I'm very excited about that. I think we're at the end. We're at the final area of Shadow Hearts. Okay, so we're going to be moving on to Shadow Hearts 2, Shadow Hearts Covenant, whichever one's the second one. I never played the series before, so it's a blind playthrough. Let's see, people. Okay, clothing. We need some clothing here. I'm going to work on there's buckles here on the straps, and we're going to add them on. And actually, you know what? We got to work on the bag too, which also requires buckles and straps. I might do that last. I really want to get the buckles out of the way on the straps because that is a very skinny model, okay, on the straps, and that would be a little bit more difficult to do. Adding things to meshes that skinny, and of course I've already thought of a solution, but I'm not going to try it just yet if I can get away with it. Just making a buckle separately and scaling it down and attaching it. I could do it that way, but we're going to hold off on that for now. My next character will be very detailed, and it's going to be very custom clothing. I don't think Garment Tool will help us much in the case of our next sculpt. And he was actually a very fun character to write, so that should push us through. We're going to have a bit of a learning curve here because we're going to be doing things that we haven't done yet, or things that we don't normally do when it comes to sculpting clothing. I'm still learning how to do that, but Garment Tool helps like uniforms like this go a little bit easier. But if we can get a better result with manual, that will be the standard going forward. Still getting references. I apologize. There was one more thing that I wanted to grab before we started, and it was I need something a little bit closer. Reference I'm following. Oh, that's they're just slightly blurry. But I think what I'm going to do is just apply these types of buckles right up there and call it a day. It doesn't have to be 100% accurate. It would help, but let's see. All right. We got. Okay, yeah. So we're gonna have a buckle like right about there. That should be enough. You can adjust it, I guess. They have little flaps, or there's like extra strap here that hangs down. You can just cinch them down. But we're not gonna worry about any of that. We just want to put buckles there just for, just to make it look a little bit more believable. We got we got this part. I was very proud of this. This is pretty much how it looks. We just need to add the textures there. Okay, now let's start. Enough of that. We need the. Do we need the inflate brush? I think we could use the inflate brush. See, we're going to try to go at a radius of 11. I'm going to have to end it around 10 today, so I'm not going to be able to go any further than that today. So it's just going to be a little quick one. Tomorrow should be the normal start time and end time. It's been adjusted. Normally we stop around noon Eastern time, but I have to cut it off at 10:30 lately, and hopefully sometime this year we'll be going back to that. But we'll see. Right now we're just gonna have to deal with it. I'm trying to start sooner Like even earlier, I know maybe not everyone's got to be up for that, but that's okay. You know, it's more about the progress of the webcomic. And if you want to watch the VOD, it's there. Okay. I'm just documenting myself learning and and doing these this project here. Okay, so what I want to do, let me see, let me turn around here. I want to see that everything is okay on the back side. We're not really deforming the strap here. It's not a perfect strap. I think there are better ways to make a strap, but this will do for now. You know what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna bump the strength up, and we're gonna try to do a square. We explored the nether. I think if I can help it in Minecraft, I think if I can help it, I might do Twilight Forest next. Usually that's the next step. That has a really good gem in there that I like to put on my armor. We have some purple, some epic armor. That's the rarity tier. Perfect epic is not really a word that I use super often, but uh, we're trying to get to legendary. That's going to be in the end. Anyway, that's okay, I guess. That's okay. I'm gonna try to do a little buckle here. We're gonna put some on the back as well. I'm just gonna focus on the front for right now. Once that's completely done, then we'll go to the back. And I'm going to use these as a template. Okay, that's not really the same buckle to be honest with you. But that's okay. It's a very simple buckle. It's just, just so something is there. If I have the information, I can draw in the rest. And we're going to inflate this a little bit so it looks like it's being looped through the buckle in the center. Two. I'm gonna smooth it out some. I didn't look at the strength of my smoothing brush. I'm pretty sure it's at the same strength as if I select it, down here, this is it right here. No, that's not it. This is it right here. They look similar. Scrape and fill and smooth kind of look a little, they have both a little bumpy texture. Anyway, I'm not sure. I don't have a close-up reference of a buckle of this type, so we're just gonna have to just make do with what we have here. It's very simple. Maybe we can make it a little thicker around the edges here, because I can see that it's not completely aligned with this strap. I have mirror turned on, so if I work on that strap, this strap will be done. But these straps are clearly not the same size or position, so they're not going to line up correctly. So I have to kind of sculpt on this one as well. We have a line right there. I'm trying to get rid of it. Now it's bulky enough to where it kind of breaks the silhouette and looks like it's actually the strap is actually going through the buckle, but I don't have the information for the side. So what I'm just gonna do here is just kind of beef up the sides of the buckle a little bit. Hope that it looks okay. See, from a distance, it looks pretty cool. It looks okay. I'm not gonna say pretty cool, but it looks okay. It looks passable to me. But I'm not. One day we'll get it right. Like I said, I think I already have a solution for making little details like this. Again, blowing it like making a big something large and then shrinking it down and just attaching it would be the best thing. Like having like these ready-made accessories handy. That way we could just pull them, load them in, and then just attach them instantly. I think that would make things a lot faster. But that takes time to set up, much like these references we're doing for the panels. We're still gonna have to plan out how the panels are gonna look, but I pretty much have a pretty good idea of how each scene is gonna look. I just have to actually, settle on something. We want to set it in stone. That's our objective here. And this is kind of, what the heck happened there? Okay, the hands don't look symmetrical, but that's because this is the low poly. So it will once we put the details back on this, it'll be just fine. Not really too concerned about that. It'll look like the way it looks before, which is kind of like this. Here's more of the details. Let's look at the hand. Looks a little better. Those are the details. It'll look like this. Of course, we're missing some details. It looks like something's off with him. It's because he doesn't have any eyebrows, hair. Well, he looks off to me because I know what he's supposed to look like. But it's the same as just when you craft a body part and it kind of looks weird until you start seeing the bigger picture. Once you start adding more of the landmarks and you get the information and he's like, oh, something looks off. And you're like, oh, okay, yes, because he doesn't have any palms or fingernails, and then your brain starts putting it together a little better. It's kind of the same thing. I'm looking at the buckles now, going back. I know I kind of went into a tangent here about the body. The body is done. I'm not worried about the body. Okay, so let's see. Yeah, actually, I don't really. We're just kind of winging it on this one because I don't have any clear shots of that area for some reason. I did not uh, secure that because I had at first I wasn't going to add those details until I was drawing them on the page. But since we're getting better at sculpting these characters, we're starting to add those details now. I think I might be able to manage retroactively putting, or at least bringing this into my previous sculpts. That way they look a little better once this is done. I'm not sure about the clothing though. Like I have a more of a chubby person we did last time. It would take a lot of deforming. I don't want to ruin textures. That's why I kind of opt to sculpt everything to the character every time because I can't really transfer the clothing because the wrinkles are made for that, or they since the garment tool does the simulation on that particular body, the wrinkles are going to form different every time. But I'm not really sure if that's something that's needed. I don't know. I could try it. I could try to just import these clothes retroactively, at least make the sculpts look a little bit better, kind of bring them up a little bit. But I think if they're missing any details, I'll just add them in on the page, and our future sculpts will just be better. I think that would probably be the best way to go. I'm trying to decide if there's anything more we can do to these buckles here. I'm trying to get some details out of this blurry picture. I don't want to look this up here. I didn't really look for. Well, hold on, maybe I can. Wait, I gotta turn my script on so I can see. You don't want random stuff playing on your browser. Okay. Let's see, Vietnam War era LB. Oh my, okay, and the script is not on for some reason. Okay, Vietnam War era LBE. I'm gonna look. Okay, now we have some clearer pictures here. I'm gonna get. I should have done this before I started the stream. But let's add that one. What is that? Okay, doesn't matter. I'm gonna blow this up, and now I just need a front view. We got a back view, so we get to see exact some of these details. I'm not sure how I'm gonna add them, but You'll see in a second. And let me click on this one. That is not helpful. Okay, so let me go back. That's a little, it's a little too much detail there. I just need to see front real quick. The front, where's the front? Oh, wait, what about this one? That way, if I ever need this type of gear again, I can just put it on. I can put this, I can just sculpt it. All right, and I just need one more thing. Here's a close-up of what I really want. Or is it? Why don't I see it? Oh, scripts again. Okay. Okay. All right, so it's kind of not accurate at all, honestly. It's not accurate at all. There are different kinds that were floating around back in those days. Um, well, that's we might have to just do a little bit of artistic license here. I'll try to add some of these. I'll show you in a second as soon as I get them all together. Yeah, that's not even the same one. Okay. I think we have enough here. All right. I'm gonna X this browser out. Now this is easier. This is something that I threw together real quick. Let me see. Save. Hold on. Take it over here. I don't want to. I have some stuff I can't show on Twitch in my references, so I want to make sure that nothing appears, which nothing did. Okay. LBE ref. And then we're just gonna save that. Okay. Now here we got here. This is what I was thinking of. This type of strap, right? But as you can see, that's on a different kind of individual equipment here. That's like a suspender type deal. We don't have that. This is the one that I was trying to do, and you can see the clip up here, but it also has a second clip right down there. We're not going to add that. And the straps are a little bit different. This is also not the same kind. This is the actually, you know what? This is the same kind, I think. And it's the same thing for the back. You have these buckles here and then two straps, and then you have this hook. I'm not sure if I have the ability to do that yet. Okay, but so we're going to kind of try to combine some elements from here, from these all together. We got this. This was okay. But this we're going to just add. We're going to continue to add these instead, these types of clips for the time being. If I had this reference before I started, I would have followed one of these. I probably would have just went for a single strap anyway. And we're going to need to add this flap here. I'm not going to add this pouch. I'm not going to add that. I can just draw that in if I really want to put that there, but I'm not going to add that in. But this is pretty much what we need here. Okay, we got the two pouches there. Let's see. Okay. It's literally just okay, I see the where I messed up was the buckles don't are supposed to connect back here. I think I can do that at the very least. I kind of started on this a little too a little too far into the design here. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna try to smooth out just this side. We still have symmetry on, so that's okay. Let's see. I'm gonna try to smooth this out. Oops, that's not smoothing. That's actually adding details. I want to smooth it out because I want to show that the strap is going through the buckle a little bit more on the side. I don't think that's a detail that we really need, but like I said, if I learn how to do it now, I'll be able to do it later without having to figure it out. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna smooth this down. I'm gonna smooth this down and then let's see here. And then I'm going to increase the radius just a little bit, and we're going to just kind of move them back here. I'm not gonna go behind the actually no, I can go behind the LB if I get rid of the body. Let's see this. We don't need this. We don't need the cornea or sclera, and we don't need the pants or the shirt. Now we can go behind the strap a little bit. Oh, we're gonna have to smooth this down too and do the other side. So we're gonna go ahead and do that. All right. Yeah, this is a detail I don't really need, but if I ever end up, and I do want to try it one day, I don't know when it's gonna happen, but I have the learning materials ready to try to do a video game, then these details will matter more because you know the person playing the game is going to be able to see them. But for the webcomic, any missing details I can just add in post. You know, I can just add while I'm drawing. But it would help to have them in the first place because you know, they'll be in the scenes that I make, so the light they'll be affected by the light and the color and all that stuff. So that's pretty important information to have. Oh, excuse me. I didn't mean to do that. Um, So we can do like this. I'm gonna check the other side real quick and see what the heck is going on. We got some very garbled details here because it didn't transfer correctly. The back is okay, I guess. And then we're going to go on ahead and just kind of reinforce these a little bit. Let me get closer. This looks like I have to remesh it. I'm gonna try not to remesh it though. I think I remeshed it enough. And this is already going to be a bit of a chore to rep to apologize. I'm gonna have to make some really small things here. Oh, let's not do that. Let's just. I'm trying to get rid of the bumps, but I'm adding more bumps. I may just have to rep to apologize this. It doesn't really matter because we're going to or sorry, remesh it because it doesn't matter because we're going to have to rep to apologize. That's what I meant to say. Smooth this out. Smooth it, smooth it, smooth it, smooth it, smooth. Smooth. All right. Now we're just gonna kind of trace over the areas that we've already done with the brush. Try to, yeah, okay, we're gonna smooth that out, and then we're gonna do it again. Try to get rid of the bumps. I'm trying to make this a smooth wire thing object. It looks a little bit more believable, not bumpy. I'm not sure if the bumps will transfer over to the new thing here, but we're going to try to make sure that they're not there to be transferred in the first place. Just trying to I didn't even look at the other side. I'm pretty sure it's not actually fine. Yeah, so we'll do it like that. Okay, and then what we're going to do is we're going to try to make this a little bit more round so it looks like it's being fed through these two wires here. I don't know what else to call them, wires, loops. These two loops. And then maybe we can, oh no, it's a loop. It's a total loop. The loop would go through a ring down here. I don't want to add a ring. Maybe we can add another buckle down here. It's not accurate at all. And we have the reference, so we can always just add it in later. I'm sure that little minute details, if the lighting is off on them, it's not going to be too noticeable. Well, I mean, if you've seen any of these streams and you see that something is off, and then you happen to see the comic and the result of that, you'll know. But someone just happening across the comic might not know. I'm gonna save it here. So won't you just don't tell anyone, okay? How about that? All right. So, okay, that's what these loops are for, to put the hooks around, hooks under. That makes sense now. I think I made a comment about knowing what these were for, but now I do know. All right, so maybe we can put a second loop. I'm not sure if I could drill. You know what? If I could drill a hole, I might be able to make something like a circle. I could attempt it. I'd have to go into edit mode though. Save it. Let's go into edit mode. See what we can do here. Edit mode. Wow, it's so dense that it's completely solid black. Nah, this is too much work. I have to get rid of all of these. It could be done if there was a brush that just drilled a hole, but I don't think there is. Let me see. Sculpt. Do we have something that can put a hole in things? I could put a dent, but I'm not sure about a hole. I don't remember seeing anything like that. Scrape, multiplane, fill, deepen. Oh, grab. I'll just like perforate something. Pull. Yeah, I'm not sure if that's possible. I would have had to have made the circle beforehand before getting this far in. I don't want to spend all that time getting rid of the faces just for accuracy. We'll just draw in the circle. We can make the strap end here and this in this the bottom part in here and just draw a circle through it. Real simple thing to do. Shouldn't even really need a reference for that. I mean, well, technically we have a reference. The reference, of course, is, well, we don't have to do that one actually. It is actually a second. The one that we're trying to do has a second buckle on it, so we can just probably just put a box. Even on the reference, it's not a these. Okay, here we go. These are buckles down here. We have the thing up here. This one's up a little higher than ours, but that's okay. But down here you can see, and even over here, that there's some kind of buckle there. So we could put a buckle there instead, and that should do the trick. I just don't have a clear. This is the clearest reference I got. Is this? Just put that there and call it a day. It looks the same. It looks the same as this one, so it's just facing the other way. This round part is up, and this one is down. So we could just do it like that. Yeah, I think we will do that. We don't have to put a ring or anything on it. We were mixing the designs for, hang on, because my camera just decided to track. But we were mixing the designs for both LBs, but we really don't have to do that. It's only because the buckles are in a different position. Like we have ours in the middle here, and in the reference it's up here. That doesn't really matter. It's adjustable. You just pull the straps down. It's like any other, like rock climbing or any other thing that would have something like this. Maybe a lineman. They wear stuff like that. I'm pretty sure. All right, so we're going to go ahead and just start the buckle. I'm trying to see how I'm going to do this. Okay, so we're going to start by inflating this part a little bit, right? And we're going to smooth it out and then gradually make it thicker down here to mimic this. And of course, we have to make it bigger all the way around because it's a buckle. I'm going to start with this part here. Let's see here. Oh, I don't need that anymore. All right. We're going to go on ahead and do this. Kind of flatten it just a little bit, like so. Okay. Now, will this work? This is the little flap that comes out a little bit, right? And then I'm gonna try to beef this side. If I just beef the sides up, it can give that little bumps, the little bumps there, like the little wedges. I think that might actually work. I think that's a really simple way of doing it. And kind of flatten it just a little bit. Then kind of do this. So. I try to follow. It's like a little soft triangle, like a wedge. I'm trying to add that in. That's a little bit it's a little too soft, and it's not pointed. It's not as pointed as I would like, but it's sort of the shape that we're going for. Let me see. I'm trying to make this just a little bit more pointier. I just need it good enough to where I can say, "Oh yeah, that's what that is." You know, I don't want to when I'm drawing the pages, I don't want to look at details like this and be like, "What the heck is that? What was I going for?" Because it's very possible that I might forget. So we want to make sure that we can identify this clearly because we still have a ways before we start doing pages. So most likely, we'll be far away from doing clothing articles like this. We're probably doing more regular clothing, not uniforms and whatnot. Maybe some suits, things like that. And I'm pretty sure I won't forget. Like I said, my memory is not bad. It's just I have so many things that I think about that sometimes I might forget some things here and there. Multitasking is definitely an acquired taste. Something that takes practice to get good at. I don't know if I'm good at it, but I do try to multitask on a lot of stuff when it comes to art. So I think we can just shape it with our grab brush. Let's see. Let me do the radius here. All right, so we can push this in a little bit so it's less bulbous. Grab this, pull this up, pull this out, like so. All right, let's check the other side. Okay, the other side is pretty much identical. Let's work on this side a little bit more and leave the other side alone because that will automatically be adjusted. This seems to be the side that's most affected by, or the other side seems to be the most affected by symmetry, so we don't really have to look at it too much. But if I work on that side, then this side, this is the mirrored side. If I work on that side, it doesn't have the same detail for whatever reason. I'm pretty sure it's just some asymmetrical stuff that I did that I need to improve on, I guess. I don't know. If I had better straps, probably wouldn't happen. I'm not sure. Let me go on ahead and, you know what, let me try to inflate that so it's not super sharp or not, you know, jagged. We don't want any jags, jagged edges here. I don't know. I don't know what jags mean, but we don't want any jagged edges. Let's see here. I'm gonna smooth this out some. We're not really gonna see that part. This is like a, it's like a buckle, right? It means something. It could be not something easily identifiable by anyone, including myself, but I can look at that and be like, okay, that's supposed to be a buckle. That's all I really need. And then we're gonna try to make this its own thing so it doesn't seamlessly blend into the strap here. I want the strap to look like it's going into it. Maybe we can connect these. This is supposed to be more like a U shape, like more maybe like more like a horseshoe. And not the way I did it, but maybe something like that, I guess. Maybe that's good enough. Maybe. I'm trying not to say good enough anymore, okay? Because we definitely want to improve. We want to try to get these details right. Let's see, grab. I really do think it's good enough though. The fact that I'm even doing these details at all is telling me that we are making improvements on these sculpts. Okay, we got loops and buckles. That's what we need. That's what we need. That's what we need right there. Loops and buckles. Now I want to do the back straps too, so that way the straps are done. Let's save it. And the back straps are pretty much the same, except they only have the buckles that we just did. That's, we have to do them again on the back end, and that's it really. And I think, oh yeah, the hooks, right? Well, these hooks are going to be behind the pouches, so you're not going to see them. I'm just going to not try to add them there, even though they kind of go into the pouch. But I mean, we can easily adjust that. We can fix that in post, as in on the page. We can fix that on the page. Now, see, these straps kind of got a little bit chewed up here from remeshing. I'm going to try to widen them again. It's exactly why, well, this is one of the reasons why I was kind of reluctant to remesh. I didn't want to lose any of the mass or detail because that makes it that much harder to sculpt on them, but that's okay. We can probably just put the buckle down here or something. All right. Okay, so we're going to do exactly what we did before, but upside down. My inflate brush is right there. All right, so we're going to go ahead and just decrease the radius here, and then we are going to center my okay. All right, so what we need to do now is, sorry, okay. What we need to do now is we need to put the big wedge on the end here. I think I am going to just do this. Maybe something like that. And then kind of just beef that whole area up. Just like we did before. I'm gonna turn around. Actually, you know what? I gotta, just so I can see what I'm doing, I want to inflate the sides a little bit more. Go back. All right, there we go. We just flatten that a little bit. We didn't actually need to add those. All right, so now I can see where it ends and where it begins. I'm gonna do the same thing on this side here. And then I'm going to beef up the back, of course. This is where I'm not gonna, you know what? I'm not even gonna worry about the, wait, you can see the hooks actually. You can see the hooks above the bag. So I may have to add them in the back. This is what I'm talking about. As you can see, the hooks are right there, right above the bag. So they can actually be seen there. And maybe they can be seen in the front too, but we're not gonna worry about it. I'll probably try to add the hooks in the back though. And depending on how easy it is, I might try to add them in the front as well. That is a very, very, very minute detail that I did not see myself adding. But here we are. We're actually trying to do it. I'm going to attempt it. It's becoming easier to add details like that now that we have a better grasp of what to do. Okay, we're going to have to do this side now because it didn't transfer correctly. It didn't mirror correctly, I mean. And I'm going to work on this side now that I can see that it's not going to perfectly mirror. All right, so I'm gonna beef this up and then smooth it down. Maybe we can, yeah, we got rid of that, good. All right, we're gonna smooth this down some. Let's see. Smooth it down. Okay, we're a little bit lopsided. That's an easy fix. I'm gonna use the grab tool and I can either push up the front or pull down the back. I think what I'm going to do is pull down the back. That's where I messed up at. We're also pulling down that back too, though. That's all right. Just as long as I can see it, we'll adjust it later. Not later, but we'll adjust it in a bit. That's something else that we're going to try to reduce doing. We'll fix it later. We'll try, and if it's something I absolutely need to fix off stream, I'll do it. But we're going to try to fix it as soon as we can. Okay, let's see. I'm going to pull the top of the front up on this side since it doesn't really, it's not really affected on this side, so it shouldn't really matter too much. Okay, I think that's fine. I think what I need to do now is start the wedge area. Move my mouse out of the way. My other mouse is in the way. Okay. Now we got to make the big end on the top this time. Or at least try to. Wait. We need to be on, yeah, this side's fine. This is what we need. Where's the front? Okay, yeah. Kind of wedge it a little bit. I'm gonna smooth it out some so it's not sticking out like that. And we can improve this ridge here. I'm not gonna do it just yet. What I'm going to do is do the same thing on the other side. Kind of make it like a little waypoint icon. And then we can flesh out that shape by just improving the ridges, which will be on this side. this. I'm going to try to flatten the center a little bit. I think I can use the edge, the draw sharp brush. Okay, our other buckle is really mangled. We'll fix it. We'll fix it in a second. We're gonna try to add that little horseshoe. Wait, didn't I do that on the top before? I think it's gonna be on the bottom this time, isn't it? And also, is this the correct U shape? No, this one doesn't even have it. That's weird. Apparently they changed that at some point too, in the same era. All right. All right, we'll just do both edges here. That way we have some kind of, it looks very, very mangled, by the way, but when we get to the micro details where all this stuff will definitely be adjusted, we can do it then right before baking. Add all whatever minute details we can add it then, because we'll have the right amount of polygons to do it by that point with the multi-resolution modifier. That adds a whole lot of room for details. We're not there yet, so. Well, yeah, this one wasn't affected at all. So we're gonna try to add these details in manually that we couldn't mirror for some reason. We are affecting the other one, but that's okay. That right there needs to, I'm just gonna delete that. We may have to turn symmetry off for this one. Just so we don't mess up what we did. I want to be able to refine this buckle. It's at a good starting point. They're just gonna end up looking a little slightly different. Maybe one got bent. I don't know. Maybe fell on it. Who knows? That would hurt actually, having some piece of metal in your back like that. But yeah, maybe it got bent at some point. We're not at the point where we're making picture perfect details like this, but we will get there, I'm sure. I don't know how long it's gonna take, but I'm gonna try to keep doing each sculpt better than the last, so that we can achieve some more accurate details like this, minor details. Go ahead and do that. I'm gonna go ahead and do this. I don't think this is on the back. I think this needs to just be flat in the back, so it's not something digging in your back. But the front, however, will have the ridges that we're trying to do. Now, this doesn't look very, very nice at all, does it? We kind of messed this one up, but we're going to keep going. I'm going to try to fix it. See if I can just grab the move tool and kind of move it, kind of manipulate it a little bit, try to make it look a little bit more like the reference that we're looking at here for this thing. I'm gonna have to pull this out. This needs to come out a little bit. I'm gonna start with the ridge. I'm really more worried about the ridge. Radius, we're gonna need a bigger radius for this. Yeah, it's a little better. Let's compare. Yeah, they're still misshapen. Not the same size. I want this one to look as close to the other one as I can possibly get it. That way we can look at it and say, oh yeah, okay, that looks like the other one. We could draw it as such without having to make too many corrections. All right, so I'm gonna take the radius. I'm gonna pull this out here. And then I'm going to take this. Okay, there we got our little wedge back there. We're gonna do the same thing for this side. Just pull it this way and then the other way. More. Okay. Now let's take a look. They're almost the same size. I'm gonna widen the whole thing again. First this side, and then I'm gonna try to do the other side. All right, let's take a look. How about pulling it up? No, it looks like I'm moving the whole thing, and radius might be a little bit too big. All right, here we go. I'm gonna try to pull this down just a little bit. All right, it might be a little bit too wide. Let's put it in just a little. Okay. They're almost comparable. They're still kind of, you know what? Let me try pulling this side now. Down, down. Okay. All right. They look a little more identical, at least at a distance anyway. There it is. Now, the only thing I need to do now is I want to get the ridges back once again. I'm really trying to focus on the rounded tip more here, because that really shows on the buckle. Do the bottom. Hmm. This one still looks better, but we can always make them equal when we're drawing them. I'm not sure if I can make them identical like this, but I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try to do it. Okay, like this and that. Try to line up just a little bit, just a little bit of width there. Okay. All right. Yeah. All right. Okay. We're gonna leave it there. I'm gonna turn symmetry back on. Buckles are there. That's what we need to know. Buckles are right there. Now I'm looking at the hooks that attach to the bottom of the bag here, like this. Obviously, we can't put a loop there, not without putting or going into edit mode and deleting a lot of polygons. We are at 1.3 million polygons for just this, so it's going to be a lot of work if we try to do it that way. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave it like this and not put any holes in it, and I'm going to try to put the hooks in without. Yeah, we could do it, I think. We can do it like we did the front, right? See how we just put that line in there and just kind of have the hook like melded into the strap a little bit. I think we can do that here. So let me go ahead and select the inflate tool. I'm going to lower my radius, and we're going to try to do the same thing. So I'm going to start with something like this. It's going to be like a U shape, and I'm going to have it go into the side so it looks like it's going into the strap. Like so. All right. Now, looking at the hook here, I think we can go and then try to make the hook go into the strap like this. Just try to draw the hook on top going in. I think that would be a way to do it. And we're going to try to make it really thick on the top so it has some depth on the side. It's a little crooked. I think we can fix that though just by moving it. Try just doing this real quick. Kind of move this a little bit closer to the center. Try to center the camera as well so we can get a better measurement. Okay. There's the hook. The hook is going into the strap. The strap is a little big here though. Maybe we can try to push that in a little bit. Okay, so they're gonna play an ad soon. Wait, oh, never mind. It's already happened. Well, if you can hear me, they're playing ads right now. I'm sorry about that. I don't think I can control that. Besides the length, I chose the 3 minutes so that way we can go every hour without ads. It's something that starts automatically, and I'd rather have that than just a bunch of pre-rolls. Because as you know, I try to talk as much as possible and tell you exactly what I'm doing and what I'm thinking. So that would be a little problematic if it happens all the time. So at least we'll get an hour out of this. All right. For those of you who don't have to worry about ads, we're going to continue. I'm going to make the hook here. Continue making it. I think there is like a yeah, there's like a little metal ring that surrounds the hole that the hook is going into. We can do that next, but right now I want to kind of flesh out this clip here, this hook a little bit more. So I'm just gonna beef it up some. And you know what we can do is I'm gonna lower the radius some. I'm gonna try to make this into a Y shape by inflating the sides just a little bit because that's more closer to the reference. So I think maybe we can just paint this area like when the time comes to kind of separate it from the rest of the strap. It'll stand out a little bit more. And as you can see, we got no hook over here, so we're gonna have to just put that in ourselves. I don't even know why I have symmetry on at this point. It doesn't once I get past the body, it just stops working. I don't even know, but we're gonna do it. Probably should have taken note that this side, for some reason, symmetry does not work properly on. So we should probably start sculpting on the side that it doesn't work, so it doesn't on the other side, guaranteed. Because typically, I find that and of course, I literally just said it, but I'm gonna say it again. Whatever side symmetry doesn't work on, that's the side you sculpt on because it will work on the side that you're sculpting on already. Okay, there we go. And we got something like a hook. I mean, it's a little basic, but it's there. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take the grab tool. We'll fold this down just a little bit so that way the hook is actually hooked into something that looks like a strap. there. And it shouldn't really, it should be behind the bag, but I'm not going to worry about that. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to lower the radius again, and I'm going to put get inflate. And now I'm going to have to try to match this up again here. See, look, you see the circle on the right. Now look where the circle on the left is. It's not even on the thing, so it should not affect that side too much because it's not even touching it. That's both good and bad. It's good that it won't mess up what we've already done, but it's bad because it will add more detail onto that side. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to smooth this out. I just wanted to see if that would happen, and it did. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take off symmetry for this again, and we're just going to have to try to eyeball those details. I don't know why that's there. And we want this is supposed to be a loop, right? You're supposed to be able to see through like the bottom of this here, but since we're not going to go into edit mode and try to delete anything, we're just going to just draw those details on. Okay. They're relatively in the same spot. Now I want the hook to go in like so. I'm going to smooth this out. Oh, that actually did not help at all. I'm going to smooth it out again. No. Okay, I'm going to stop smoothing it out. I'm just going to keep beefing it up. Oh, wait, I got to smooth it out. Let's lower the strengthen. It's very spiky, very sharp. You don't want that. I'm not sure how we're going to prevent that from not ruining the details we just did, but okay, we're going to have to remesh this. That's the only way. This happens when you work with such a small, just such little details. Like, it's kind of a little early for that, but I want this stuff laid in now, because when we really do flush them out, we'll have something to work from. So I honestly believe, yeah, it's probably just better to create these details large, like a giant, and then just shrink them down and add them like that. It's probably the way to go. Instead of just trying to like sculpt them in a little bit and kind of give them that kind of a bit of like a, since they're all melded together, it kind of gives it that appearance, that look of being like details just melted in a little bit. But we have something there. We have something. And then what you do now, since we have those hooks there, I'm going to leave symmetry off for this. We're going to take the grab tool, and I'm going to smush in kind of the excess straps here, because then we're moving something we should not be moving way over there. I'm going to smush them in and really make it look like it's a hook. Stop that, please. I'm gonna raise this radius, even though that's not helping us right now, but I'm gonna raise this because I want to be able to move more at a time. So going ahead, kind of smash this in just until where the hook ends. That way it kind of looks more like a hook. We're gonna have to smooth it out because it has a very pitted appearance. Shouldn't look like that. I'm gonna try to squeeze it in here. I'm not sure where to stop because I can't see the other side, but I'm gonna squeeze in a little bit. Just a little bit here. Okay. That's close enough, I would say. Now we're just gonna have to try. God, please stop hitting the that part there. I'm trying to select the edges and so that way we can maneuver the back as well while we're looking at the front. And if I keep grabbing the pouch back here, not that it would matter because you're never gonna see that, but it's a little annoying. Now I'm not sure how I'm gonna make the sides look because again, that's something that you should probably be able to see through. Let's take a look here. This is the best I can do. You see there's a gap there in between the hook. We can't do that without some serious editing, and I don't want to do that, to be honest. This is definitely something that we need to create on its own and then attach later. There, it kind of looks like a hook from this angle. And you know what we can do is we can probably push this in a little bit. I guess I could probably try to sculpt the outline of it, but at least you get the idea, you know, from a certain angle, you get the idea that what that's supposed to be. We're gonna leave symmetry off and do this other side now. I mean, other than the method I keep explaining, I don't see how else to do it other than just deleting things in edit mode to make the proper loops. Okay, let's see. Just try to squeeze these in a little bit, just a little bit, and then we're gonna pull this up. And we're going to just try to squeeze these in a little bit more. I think what I could do is probably just widen the hook details a little bit, the very minor details. Can't really, I can't really think of any other way to do this. Going this way, doing it this way anyway, like any other methods that would help doing it. I guess what I could do actually to make it look a little bit more believable is kind of sculpt the back a little bit to go like this, so it looks like it goes in there just a little bit. It's just the side. The side looks like I don't know what that looks like. It looks like not a hook. I'm pretty sure I just drew on something there. I'm not really actually I don't know. It felt like I did, but maybe I didn't. All right, so we're gonna beef this side up here. We're gonna keep symmetry off because that's not really helping us right now. Then let's see. This is the beefy part of the hook, right? Maybe we can kind of flesh that out on the sides. We just won't have the holes to go with it to really sell that form. I'm gonna try to make it a little bit more rounded. Let's see how we do that. Hey, 99, welcome to the stream. Good morning. We are working on some we're making do with very minor details here. Trying to make hooks look like they are hooked onto the bag straps there. It's working for the most part, but Definitely something you want to do separately and then attach later. I'm really gonna have to think about that next time. I think we just have to make a just sit down and make a hook and buckle set so we can just have these things ready, buttons, things like that. Just kind of just pin them on. That would I'll probably do that like if I'm making a character for a game because obviously we're gonna want the models to look better than this. Since we're referencing this, I can just fix it on the page. That would be a time saver, yeah. But I'm seriously considering doing that. Just very simple models that we can just go to and get them and attach them on, so that way we're not kind of winging it here. And because these small details, they start to, when you're working such small areas, they start to look a little melted. But like I said, I can fix this on the page. And this looks a damn sight better than the last ones that I did, the last two. So it is working to an extent, but I'd say for like a game or a 3D model that's going to be the final product, we're going to have to push it. We're going to have to push the details a little bit further to the point where they are nearly 100% accurate. But we have the information there. We have the information here to 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 draw it at least. All right. Now, what we need to do is we need to put some straps on the backpack here. You're in the flap there. We're going to have to draw over that flap. We're going to have to somehow connect the flaps together. I think what I can, yeah, I'm pretty sure I can do that. I'm going to need the clay strips brush. That's what I'm going to need. You already saved it, right? Good. I think we can have the body out for this, just for, yeah, it doesn't look so, doesn't look so bad, especially with something behind it. It's shirt, uh, boots, and then cornea and Solera. Okay, there we go. It's coming along. It's coming along. How you doing this morning, 99? How was your weekend? I I finished all of my coalitions yesterday. All of them. It's done. I'd never have to do them again. I had to double check. I was actually missing one, but I only had to wait 30 minutes to get another imprimatur so I can do it. And I double checked the list again. I did them all. Now I just got to kill the Naku walls, the Wild's Keeper Reeve spawns. I have to go and kill them because I actually haven't done that yet on the character, and then I can get the necessary ranks needed to do the final quest, which will give me a +1 ring, uh, another trust Yignis, and some other stuff that I can't remember right now. But then I'll be fully done with all doing quests, fully done. No more autoing for me. And let me tell you, well, unless I do it on another character, um, it's gonna be a relief. On one character, on two of them, actually got it done on two. Double shift on Saturday and shift and a half Sunday. I'm dead. Oh man. I hope you can recover from that long enough to, endure this week. Okay. I know how tough that can be. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and put the straps on now. Enough dilly dallying, shilly shallying. Yeah, now all that's left now is just to do on this character, just to do dynamic level all the jobs, gear them, and do dynamics on them, and then I'm good. That character will be considered done to me. Oh, actually, no, I still have to do Odyssey, but I'm not gonna worry about that right now. Odyssey and Sortie. I did a little bit of that already, but what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna store the points and then get the armor later. I'm gonna have to go through and unlock all the Odyssey armor because I don't have those unlocks yet on that character. I'll probably wait until I'm done with Dynamics to do that because it's really not super important. It's not like I need that armor. Like I told you in the text, I can already do exemplary points. I just need to be job master. Keep drifting back to thief. I don't know why, cause It's like it's like old clothes. Same with me. I like Thief. Thief was my first main. Well, actually, Red Mage was. Thief was my second main, but I played Thief way more than I played Red Mage. I think we're gonna go a little bit wider with the strap here. I just wanted to see if the clay strip would give me the proper width that I would need. I should be able to just do one big strip all the way down. Oh, that's too big. How about 40 something pixels? 42. Let's try 42. That's good enough. Just can't beat Thief. It helps so much for crafting since no one sells things anymore. It depends. I don't find anything. I usually don't find a problem finding something on the AH unless it's something like from the beginning of the game that I don't know. With all the bots, everything should be on the AH really. If it's not, it will be. You won't have to wait very long. For all the problems they cause, they really helped me do the coalitions. Just go in the AH, find this, turn it in. Thank you. But I know where to find that stuff, so it's not really a big deal. Even if it wasn't on the AH, like if I needed blood thread, I just go to the Abyssea and kill the mites in Ulegarin. Now I know why. Because I actually used to farm those back in 2012, but now I know why they are so expensive because people were using them to complete the coalition. I wasn't really doing that stuff back then, but I finally understand. I'm not really sure. Okay, it is actually connected now. No, very beefy boy strap, but it's connected. Uh, I think we can just wait. Hold on. What is? I'm trying to understand here. There's two different straps here. They're not. These aren't even connected, or maybe it is connected. And it's just like underneath the flap. I think so. I'm just gonna operate on under that assumption right now, and it looks like the strap just goes all the way down. So we're gonna follow suit with that. I'm gonna have to smooth that out though, right there. Let's see. Materials. I rarely see quantities I need. I I don't know what you're looking for, so I can't really comment. But the things that I look for, I find all the time. And if I don't, because I actually there was a shortage of scholar stones for about 2 weeks, but that I can get those on my own, so it's not really a big deal. It's just real like when you're grinding the coalitions, it's really fast. Those particular coalitions are really fast, just turning in items if they're on the age. I don't have to go into freaking Certus caverns and do a bunch of uh, lair reeves or the obstacles or whatever and hope that they give them to me. I could just go in the AH. All right, so I'm gonna smooth these out. Oh, you know what? I should have done symmetry, but that's okay because we'll just do it again on this side. Okay, the only thing we're going to need now is just a buckle. TH5 plus. Yeah, Sub Thief is good too. Treasure Hunter 2 is the most important. That's the biggest jump. Everything else is very incremental. It's very diminishing returns, but it feels noticeable when you're at when you're above Treasure Hunter, I would say 9, it feels like something is going to drop when you're trying to farm something. A lot of the times, I feel like it does make a difference. It's just a really really small one. I should have kept. Okay, we have 40 42, right? I think that was the proper size. We're going to go ahead and just go. What the? No, that's not 42. Why is it so thick now? All right, whatever. I'm just gonna go with this. I don't like the fact that it's spinning like that. It's slowly turning. I guess I would need stabilized stroke to make it not do that maybe. But anyway, it doesn't matter. We're gonna smooth it out anyway. I just want to keep the edges. This edge here, I want to keep that. Yeah, that 1 to 2 jump feels like a lot. Yeah, it does. especially when you're doing high tier mission battlefields. I got some stuff that I gotta farm in them. Uh, some of those pieces are actually really good. Some of the avatar ones, like Rama gives a good necklace. Um, was it Shiva or Garuda with an earring? Those are the main three. I don't really need to farm Titan or Ifrit. Ifrit for lock style. Diablo, same thing. But um Shiva, Garuda, and Rama give pretty good pieces for what I need. Actually, because since I'm doing all the jobs, yeah, I'm gonna need a lot of stuff. That character that I'm currently on will be proficient at all jobs. I'm gonna try to go back and do that with actually my Galka is a professional in some of the jobs, but not all of them. I'm gonna do that on the Galka too eventually. I'll probably just wait until I'm done with my Elbon to do that. And then when I do the franchise playthrough for 11, I'm gonna try to get my Hume my male Hume to that level too on stream. So I don't know how long that's gonna take, but it's gonna take a long time. I'm gonna try to flatten this a little bit just so it's more. I kind of messed it up. Can I go back? No, I can't. All right. So what we're gonna do now is we're gonna get let's see, draw sharp, and we're gonna just accentuate that the edge there again because we went a little too far with the smoothing out. Kind of dulled it a little bit. These are some really beefy boy thick straps, but I'm not gonna worry about that. We're just gonna slightly smooth. Oh, you know what? Where's my smooth? I'm gonna slightly smooth out the straps here so we don't do that again. Let's take it down to like 300. That's good enough. Since I'm gonna do all the content, I will eventually need to level warrior and black mage for Abyssea. Yes, yes. That's why I did warrior first, and I'm gonna need to skill everything and then just do ambuscade and get all the level 1 weapons so that way you can just go ahead and just proc them back to back. I only need red, to be honest. I don't really need blue for anything until I try to go for an Epona's ring for my Hume. But my Galka and my Elvon already have Epona's wings, so they're good. Um, and a bullwhip belt because I need that for. I'm gonna try to get at least one mythic on all of my mules, and a bullwhip belt really helps with Azure ailments. That's one of the assaults. It's kind of needed, especially at 99, because you'll resist everything. The object of that assault is to get hit with 3 different status effects at the same time, and then turn them in to an NPC. You got to talk to an NPC with 3 different status effects, and the best way to do that is just to wear a bullwhip belt with nothing on and sub dancer so you can heal yourself. Doing that will make that assault trivial. It still takes a little bit of time, but you can most of the times you can do it on the first or second try. So there's just a few little assaults that are just slightly annoying, but I can actually solo all of them, so it's not really a big deal. I've done it so many times. I have like my Galka has like 5 mythics right now, and that's all from soloing. So I'm pretty happy about that. I can reliably say that I can solo all the assaults repeatedly over and over, no problem. Most of them on the first. The only one that I can't get on the first try is Orichalcum Survey, and that's only because it's completely RNG. There's nothing I can do about that. I just have to sit there and take it until the item finally drops. Not looking forward to that. Yeah, it's once you get the tokens, everything else is easy. The tokens is the hardest thing about doing a mythic, in my opinion. Going into that tower repeatedly, um, for about what? Let me see if I can eyeball this. You need to do like 60, no 70, no about 80 runs at the minimum with 2K tokens every time. You'll have your amount. You'll have the amount needed for one mythic. – 80 or so runs, and they all have to be. – 80 or so runs, and they all have to be. – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – –– – –– –– –– –– –– –– –– –– –– –– –– –– –– –– –– –– –– –– –– –– –– –– –– –– –– –– –– –– –– – 80 runs. completed runs. Like you can't fail. That's just solo. Now if you get some precision drivers, you can probably do that amount in like 8 hours. Like one good Saturday, I guess, or Sunday, or anytime you have off, you can do it then. I have enough for 8 on my current character. That was like a month of farming. I don't recommend doing that because that really every time I do grinding like that, I feel like I lost a piece of my soul. I feel like my Sharingan is shutting a little bit when it comes to that game. It's like, oh, I'm blind to this eye now. And I did it on 2 different characters. I'm not doing any more than one on any other character, except for maybe I might slowly grind my stream character that I'm gonna do. 2 precision drivers. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Um, you can get Alexandrite. You actually get Alex. I don't know. Do you get Alexandrite? Yeah, you do get Alexandrite in Nizal. You get more in Neil Nizal. That's actually more fun to do because you can actually get items that are expensive and worth selling for more money, which means more Alexandrite. And and that's only during the the event, the Neil Nizal Uncharted event that happens. When that event pops, you normally I just go right into Neil Nizal and do it. I only have to go to like floor 20, so it's not so bad. I went to Alzadal table, the table map for your Moogle, or sorry, for your Mog House. That's a really fun piece to have. I need that for my new character, and you can get like a Orpheus sash, which is like 100 million. That's a lot of Alexandrite. Earrings, rings, all that stuff. You can get pretty much any item in the game. Most items in the game. I'm not sure about a Kraken Club. That would be really nice. But you can get Z&M pops. You can get pulse weapons. I've gotten pulse weapons from it. Pulse bodies, if you like a lock style. You might get lucky if you do it enough. But you get reduced amount of tokens. You get about half as many tokens. So if you're really in it for the items and you try to fill your inventory up, you'll have at least you'll put a good dent into a mythic doing it that way, and you won't even notice it because you're thinking about the items you're trying to get. You know, at least that's how I do it. I don't even think about the tokens when I do Neil Knights on Uncharted. I'm trying to get the items, and by the time I'm done, oh look, I just got 30,000 Nizal tokens to my next mythic. Right, just like that. I only need 120 now. What's the event now? The event now is I'm not sure actually. The site that usually tells you that stuff is not working. Um, hang on, I could probably try to see. Let me see if it. Let me check the other website. Let me check the auction house real quick because I actually didn't look at that. Um, login campaign. No, that's not what we're looking for. The update has landed. Yes, yes, yes. Egg hunt. Ah, yes. Here we go. Increase seal and crest drop rate campaign, which is really good if you're trying to reforge your stuff because they'll just give you the items if you can beat those BC&Ms. You can get oh yeah, I'm talking about the additional battlefield spoils campaign, which is actually on is active right now. Oh, the Wilds Keeper Reeve campaign is actually up, so I can actually kill the Wilds Keeper Reeves and really finish the yeah, I have to kill them. I have to hunt them this month. This could not have come in a better time. I just got to kill all 6 of them, and anybody can join in the fight, so you don't have to do it solo. And they spawn really fast, so that'll make it easy. I'm gonna try to do that later. Alter Ego Expo, Double Unity Accolade campaign. That's good. There's a lot of Unity items that are still useful. Incursion campaign. Never did Incursion. Unity Wanted campaign. That's another good one. You'll get 2 boxes on top of the double Unity accolades. Chocobo digging skill increase, Omen job card campaign plus. That's really good. If you like, I said that's for reforging. Why am I zoomed all the way out? What the hell? Ambuscade gallantry campaign, another good one. So those are the ones that are currently active. It looks like some the program on my webcam crashed here and it just kind of just blew it all the way out. I don't know why. Okay, there's the toolbar. Can I please? Can I please? Okay, there we go. I'm like super small on my on my own webcam. It just does that randomly. Yeah. Wilds Keeper Reeve campaign is going to be the one I focus on. I can get the reforged items on the AH, but if I'm like if the time is right, I got the seals, my gear is good, and I can just go in and do them, then I'll just farm them myself, and I get so many of them. I haven't even started Abyssia yet, and I already have some extra stuff from the battlefields. Like sometimes they'll just give you an Ixbine heart or Glavowitz shell, you know, or Briar's helm randomly, and it's a if you do it enough times, it's a pretty good head start for Abyssia. All right, these are some really beefy straps. I'm gonna try to push them in a little bit. Can I get them closer? You know what? We're gonna put symmetry on. Just trying to get them in a little bit. So yeah, it'll be fun. You know, now that I can just focus on the Wilds Keeper Reeves, that'll be really easy to do. I'm not sure about the tree because the tree has a KO move, has a one hit KO move, but should be able. Oh, speaking of the music for the battle, the Alduin battle is playing right now for the Lair Reeves. I'll get to 99 in a couple weeks, and if I can tag along with anything, I will. Okay, no problem. Yeah, I gotta try to I'm gonna try to grind some of those Wilds Keepers out of the way. Your pup should be able to do the tree. Um, well, that's the thing. That character that has pup does not need to do those things. I already did all the Wilds Keepers on that character. I have to do them on my Elvine, which does not have pup. I'm just gonna have to hope that Villain can hold hate long enough for me to kill that thing before it uses what is it called, Timber. And I have my Reeve necklace that auto re-raises during Reeves, and Wilds Keeper Reeves are indeed Reeves. So um, I'll probably fight him near the entrance, so that way if he does kill me, he'll walk away and I can just get up and recover because he'll be up the entire time. There's no time limit. He's up until he's dead, and then because of the campaign, he'll respawn in like 20 minutes. So it will be awesome. I just need to kill all. I haven't killed any of them, so I got to kill all six. I've already back when we were doing home point and I had skirmish gear. I was able to solo the bird and the T Rex like that. I'm way stronger than that now on this character, so it shouldn't be really too hard for me to kill those things. All right, we got two straps here. I'm trying to put them down a little bit more. Still pretty big beefy boys. I don't know why I said it that way, but anyways, yeah, it's gotta push them down a little bit. Okay, yeah, I guess that'll do. You know, that's not really something that stands out too much. I can see the dimensions of them. I just need to give them some straps now, some buckles. Hey, 90, Judicious, welcome to the stream. I don't have that one 99. That's something that I have to do. I gotta progress that. I gotta progress the tutorial a little bit. I'm actually on the Wild Skeeper Reeves in this tutorial, and I think getting getting those is after or before the Archangel trusts. I probably have all the trusts by now because I've been getting them on that character. I only use a select few, but I get them all so that way I can just go and get them. But yes, as soon as I get Arc EV, and plus they actually boosted Villain's AoE damage or AoE they boosted the AI for Villain. That was one change to the trust that I actually do know happened. It's everything that he hits, he'll have hate, of course, right? The little AoE move, tank move. But when you kill something, it automatically will switch to he'll automatically switch to the next target without you having to re-attack something. I think that was the change they did. I think that was the change. But just like they improved his overall ability to hold hate, so he's actually pretty good. I've been using him this entire time. I mean, yes, I do wish I did have Archangel EV, but he got a pretty decent buff, so he's viable. Yeah, the only thing that I found was Sylvie got nerfed in Brave Exuvius. That's a whole other game. Apparently, she's in that game. She got nerfed in that game, but I mean, and besides, I only started using her like I don't know within the past 9 months. So if they did make any changes to her, I don't know about them, and she works the way she is now works just fine for solo and for me. Those geo buffs are really handy still. So I mean, but I couldn't find anything. I'm not sure if they actually nerfed her in 11, but they definitely nerfed her in Brave Exuvius. That was the only thing I could find. Yeah, we're judicious. We are doing I'm just doing some minor details in the straps here. We got all four straps and we're doing the bag and the LB should be done, but I'm gonna be ending early. I have to leave early, so I'm trying to get these straps done. The Earth is just that she has the penalties as other geos. It was enough to have a couple hundred pages of nerd rage. If it happened, it was before I started using her because I was an Aparu guy, so I have no idea. But what she does now is more than enough for me. More than enough. In my opinion, she is better than Aparuru still. But I couldn't find anything on the nerd. I couldn't find exactly what they did. If it was just bolster, that's fine. That's just a geo wide nerf. If they nerfed her then, that was a long time ago. Let's see. All right, so we're gonna do a buckle. Two more buckles. One here, one there. That's it. And then we should be done with this. We are going to be doing retopology tomorrow morning. I'm gonna come on the same time and it should be regular time tomorrow unless something changed. But yeah, I gotta go in like 20 minutes, but I'm gonna try to get these done. All right, so we're just gonna add just an idea that there is a buckle there that is behind the strap. I don't want to go that far up, but we'll be all right. Let's see. What happened there? Turn off the symmetry. It just stopped working on us now. I don't know why it's all the way over here. Oh, wait, yeah, dude, because I did these straps individually. Let me just go on ahead and just smooth that all the way out. And now we're going to have to do the buckles individually. Hooray. That is not what we want. I'm going to lower the radius a little bit. Yeah, it's fine. I mean, like I said, I'm pretty sure if they did anything, it was way before I started using her. People just kept saying that Sylvie was better, even to this day. So I tried her, and she actually is better than Abaru. I like Abaru. Abaru was good for beginning to solo with Trust because she stays so far out of range that she's never in any danger for the most part. Sometimes the AI gets a little relaxed, get a little bit of a relaxed brain, and they get caught in AoEs and whatnot because she does use convert at the wrong time. Still, they haven't fixed that at all. But Sylvie has a lot of negative damage taken, so she can stand there and get hit and she'll be fine. She's actually really tanky. And she gives Indie haste, which stacks with magic haste, which stacks with my own haste, which is also magic haste and gear haste. So you can really cap your haste really fast, which is always good. And then I think there's some other indie spell. I actually don't know much about GL. I could learn how to I could refresh my memory, but I've never actually played Geo, but I know somewhat how they work. And when I do finally get my hands on Geo, I should be able to go beyond what many Geos do, which is just cast the supports and then just stand there for the rest of the fight. But no, you can actually do damage with your AoEs and whatnot. She doesn't have a what do you call it, a Luopan, but she has the buffs, and that's what's important. And she heals. Her debuffs. Well, I mean, yeah, I'm pretty sure that's just for current content. Anything after Omen, like um Odyssey, Odyssey and Sortie, all Geos aren't as effective. The same with Summoners, because Summoner pretty much rules Omen. If you take a couple of Summers in an Omen, you can kill everything. I've seen it many times, and I've contributed to it many times. Even with my well, at the time my Summoner was gimped, but I was still able to prevent monsters way stronger than me from using their TP skills with a Mewing Lullaby. That's Cave Sif's AoE TP reduction move. You can just hit Astral Flow, Astral Conduit, which allows you to tell your summon to just do their big attack over and over and over again until the duration runs out. So I can just spam Mewling Lullaby over and over again for like 30 seconds or whatever, and the monster won't be able to do anything. And then all the other summoners are just hitting them with like Thunder Strikes or Meteor, Flaming Crush, and all that stuff, and just murdering it for like millions of damage. Why you want to do that for? You don't need to do that. You know that, right? You could just go to the Curio Moogle and purchase the keys and then just go open them. There's nothing in those chests that would benefit you. You can buy all the maps you can buy from the NPC. And there's way better ways of making money from that. So I mean, unless you just want to do it, I would recommend you not do that because that's not something that you really need to do anymore. It's kind of a obsolete practice there. And for any chests that do matter, those are the combination chests where you just have to guess the number. I don't think skeleton keys work on those. Odyssey? Oh yeah, you're right. Yes. Yes, they do. That still does work. But you didn't say that. You said I thought you meant I thought you meant the ones in the vanilla zones. I was gonna say nobody does that anymore unless it's for AF. That's the only time you would need to do that. You can just buy those keys. But yeah, those chests are good. You have to be able to handle the mimics that come out of them. There's no profit in that. Yeah, that's what I was saying. Yeah. All right, we got some cracks here, but that's pretty much how it looks. Now we just have to do the other side. I don't know if I can get that done in time, but I'm gonna try. What I need to do is we need to switch to. Let's try to smooth this out all the way with max strength smooth. New D3 strat for Solo Thief and Mimics. You actually get segments from the chests, and I think killing the mimic gives you a bonus too. And I need to burn. I got a chart. I have a chart saved somewhere, but I need to memorize everything that's affected by Cruel Joke, because that will be the probably the way that I go with farming segments is Blue Mage. But I'm gonna have Ninja ready as well. Ninja's pretty good at it too. So I have some options, but it's most likely going to be Blue main for me. Okay, it's working somehow. I mean, I don't know what I did different, but it's finally working. Now I'm going to buff those up again. You can always hit the nuclear button and just remesh it again, but I don't want to remesh it anymore. I just don't, okay? I don't want to mess up any of the I mean, these minor details are already a little wonky, you know. I don't want to have to go back and correct them because of remesh, but once we get the multi-resolution modifier in, we'll be able to adjust all of this stuff, all these little buckles and straps and whatnot, a little better. At least I think, you know, this is like my first time doing clothes at this with this much effort. So we'll see how that goes. You farm and a lockpick, that's profit right there. Yes, it is. Not to mention the million you get for completing it, and all the lustreless scales, hides, wings. That's a lot. That's a lot. That's a lot. A lot. That's a lot. A lot. It's also a good way to farm your job and exemplary points too. You can get a lot from just doing Odyssey every day. You don't have to sit there and grind the points. You just if you're farming Odyssey or sortie, it comes naturally, and that's what most people. That's the reason why you don't see a lot of master shouts that much, is because those people are most likely farming sortie and Odyssey and getting them that way. It's kind of like a second hand grind, if you will. Like, so you're focusing on something else, but you're getting your mastery points that way, or job points, or yeah, that's it really. So yeah, to answer your question, I forgot to tell you that yesterday. It's also ambuscade is also not a bad way to get it either. You know, people do that too. So I mean, there's other ways of getting those points other than just going out and grinding them, because on that server, a lot of people those places are camped by the botters a lot. So it's kind of hard to go out there and do it, or you have to go to a less than ideal camp to get away from them. These are very bumpy, by the way. Let me just try to unbump them, I guess. I just bumped them even more, I think. I think I'm pretty sure I just bumped them even more. I may have to remesh that to get any more out of it, but for the most part, those are the buckles right there. Um, I may have to adjust that when I get time before I start the retopology tomorrow, but we'll see. Yeah, job points are easy to get. You don't even need to. You don't even really need a party for that. You can just go kill some Apex stuff. Those are probably the only thing. I don't even think the bots do that anymore. Because they do job points in other places now. Maybe like Alor Kaznar or King Rampart's tomb. They put mobs in there. People don't even do like they don't even do the crawler's nest anymore. They just go straight to Bibiki Bay or um like I said, King Rampart's. So because those are like two of the best spots, you know, to you to do depending on your job. Save it here. We're coming along. I think okay, so you have this little random strap here. I might put that in. I might not do it right now. I'm gonna try to do it later when I get some time later on in the day, but I need to put a strap right there. Actually, you know what? Maybe I can do that right now. I got a little, just a few more minutes. Let's see, play strips. Can we put like we need something more like yeah, like that. Oh, that's too wide. How about this? I just want to put something there, so it's just not like a blank space there. Kind of make it a little bit better, and I'll just refine it when I get time or later down the line when we're doing the multi-resolution stuff or baking. Gots to bake. I guess I'll see when I get there. My calculator is like 5 job points from max, but I want this character more. Yeah, I'm not even. I just what I'm. My goal is to get all the jobs to at least superior level 2. I don't need them maxed right now. I can do that some other time. I can do that when when I feel like leveling something. Okay, I'll just go and just do that. But um, I got my blue mage to SU3 without even trying to grind. So I'm not gonna focus on that just yet. It's not necessary, but I do need at least SU2 because some of my gear sets require that. So draw sharp. Okay, I'm gonna draw sharp these things real quick, and then that'll be all for today. I'll be back tomorrow with more art. Try not to rush this. I should probably just do this when I have time, when I have the time to do it. I'll add the corners on and then adjust them later. We don't want to try to rush this here. I need stabilized stroke. That's what I need. That would really help. There we go. And get that out of the way right there. Yeah, this is much better. Now I can draw a straight line properly. Just takes a little bit longer, but it's more stable. Hence the name. Why too? Because of, well, depending on the job, there are some sets that I need that you can only equip with 2 plus the blurred weapons. I'm going to need a blurred dagger for Corsair and Bard, and a blurred heart for Bard because that is the best thing to sleep with, even better than any of the ultimate weapons. When you sleep something, you want to do it with a blurred heart +1 because you got a big AoE range and you can put anything to sleep. My skills are already capped to the point where that should be that's the only thing that I need is that heart. All of your relic stuff on Bard will is for buffing basically, but that specific heart is the best for sleep. Um, let's see. There's a set for Bard again, different songs. A set for Corsair for I think it's either Rapid Shot or is it Snapshot? Plus just general ranged accuracy. You could probably mix that with +3. Um, maybe not the whole set, but definitely some pieces. Healing set for Blue Mage, which covers all the other everyone else that can wear that. Since my Blue Mage is already SU3, already have that set. My White Wind does like over 1,000 in healing points, healing HP healing. So um, I think. Oh yeah, and Ia for nuking. That's SU2, and terms for dancer, room mage, or sorry, not room mage, room fencer. I think thief can wear that too. That should be it for SU2. I don't think there's anything else that anyone else needs that I can think of off the top of my head. But those specific jobs I need SU2 for. The jobs that can wear those sets that I mentioned. That's basically it. And I need Corsair and Dancer. Corsair and Dancer is really helpful for assaults as well. So I need them geared and leveled. And for and lots of people always shout for those for Corsair and Bard anyway. So having those would handy would be very helpful because they are helpful. All right, that's just a random strap there. Okay, I think that's it. I think that's all I'm gonna do for today. I'll come back and revisit this later when I get some free time. And oops, you don't want to activate that. All right, that is all for today, folks. I had to end it early. I got to leave. Is that the red and blue? No, red and blue is SU5. You're gonna need Job Max for that. You're gonna need Job Master to wear those. I'll get to that. I Corsair needs two of those daggers, so that's gonna be a lot of money. And Puppet Master, Red Mage. I don't think Blue Mage would. I need that for Blue Mage anymore. Um, I do believe those are the only jobs that need that I want red and blue weapons for. Maybe White Mage because there's like some curing uh Isuna type buffs you can get. But yeah. All right. Thank you all for stopping by, hanging out in the stream. Thank you for watching the VOD. Thank you to those who find these videos on YouTube. I really appreciate it. I'll be back tomorrow morning, hopefully at the regular time. Okay. So take care. Have a great rest of your evening.